recently listened to a few uploads about black lung and you know oil and coal and all this other stuff. And for the past few years, there's been talk about removing the coal industry and moving forward to clean energy, renewable energy. And I mean, multiple thousands of people have died from black lung disease. Probably millions by now have died since, I would say, honestly, since the 1800s. Millions of people. It's brutal down there, dark, you know, all the black dust from the coal in the air. And they weren't wearing masks ages ago. Some can wear masks, and some just, as crazy as it is, trying to be a real man, and that's just toxic in and of itself. And it lets in toxins. Without wearing a mask, you're going to get more coal into your lungs. I mean, we see what emphysema can do. I mean, black lung is worse. There are people out there in the coal industry that want to move towards clean energy. They'd rather be trained in it because you don't want your job to murder you. You want your job to help you live. You want your job to sustain you and your family. And if well enough, maybe some other people that may find themselves on troubled times. Sad to say, everyone in the United States and across the world is in troubled times. While governments reap more rewards and their financial backers gain the greatest of rewards, everyone else is just nothing more than what I call political cattle. This brings me up to, a secession, not in the way you think. Yes, in our history, the Confederacy, the Confederate South, seceded from the Union. They did not want to move forward in things. They wanted to keep the status quo and even make it far more brutal and worse so that escape was damn near impossible. But that's just one dichotomy on why there was a secession. There were multiple, but that's not what this lesson is about here. Not so much of a lesson, but more of a, hey, why don't you think about this for a change? We could secede, all of us. We don't need Trump. We don't necessarily need all of the government. Not really. No. I mean, do you wait for Trump to give an executive order so you can wash your dishes on a certain day? No. Do you wait for your senator, mayor, or governor of any kind to, issue a statement so that you can work your treadmill or watch certain TV shows or even wake up to go to work? No. None of that. So I want you to think about this. Doesn't it make sense that you don't necessarily at all by any means need the federal or anyone to get your state to move towards windmills, solar, and other forms of clean and or renewable energy? There were processes used to use trash to produce energy. For example, landfills, they definitely hold a lot of trash and things like that that's going to break down. When covered up and it just sits there and fester and mildew and mold, and all it does is turn into energy that can be used to power thousands, if not millions, of homes for free. And it's going to be there for a long time. And let's say it did start to, run out. You could fill it with more trash. We still have an abundance of it off of the eastern coast, just going back and forth. We've got plenty of trash. The most renewable thing will be trash. I mean, next to, I don't know, our sun, which gives off megatons of energy every quarter of a second, that bombards us, with all levels of energy and radiation that we've had to adopt to over millions of years. And we could possibly use to power homes, cars, planes, and anything in thereof. There's a lot of things we can do. We don't need Donald Trump. We don't need the judicial system. All we need is our counties, individual counties, to say, we're going to move towards this. Spread that, and surrounding counties will have to join because the success will be too much. This is not a secession as in remove your state from the United States. It's a moral secession. It's removing this need of an authoritarian to say, I give you my permission to do this. And it's to say, let us just do this. Push towards legislation and things like that in your representative's house to make sure that we move towards a cleaner energy. Don't wait for big government to do it. Don't wait for the feds. Don't wait for anything like that. Just get it yourself. It's doable. It's possible. The programs are out there. There are other people out there that's trying to do the very same thing, but they just don't have the support because too many people think it's not going to happen. The only reason it cannot happen is because you won't help push to make it happen. Just change your mind and say it can happen if I put my energy into making it happen. Just go out there, find these things, look them up on .gov sites or Facebook accounts or any other social media, things in your area or your state. There are lots of programs out there and they need the help. They want the help. So please take a look at it. That's pretty much all I have to say. I want to close out by saying, please check out a channel, Mr. Bear. Check him out. I like him. He's good people. He is. He is an ex-Catholic. He's an ex-Catholic responding to YouTube videos about religion, pseudoscience, and human rights. He's open to friendly and intellectual discourse. I think you should give him a chance and tell him I sent you. Say hello to him. I mean, why not? You can also check it out if you need to down there in the description. It'll be tinyurl.com/the Mr. Bear. This has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.